Sometimes I'm inspired to make jewelry just from my own junk trays, like these pieces of agate that I cut. They're going to make great bug bodies. And
to Creve Coeur jeweler Jim Cleland, the right piece of agate might just be the perfect start for building a bug. For years he's been creating intricately designed insects from precious metals and stones, developing his own techniques to make them not only impressive pieces of art, but also anatomically perfect.
There's actually a little spring that I took out of a pin that's inside of there, and then this moves up and down on a hinge. This particular species, the head only has 15 degrees range of motion because it needed to be very steady for using those massive jaws on whatever it's capturing.
Nature is relatively peaceful in a still moment, and I like that he captures that. His work is always impeccable, but his design work, his style, the things in nature that he pulls out and turns into a piece of jewelry, to me, are unlike anybody else's I've seen. And I don't think anyone can make a fish or a bug like Jim does. No one can.
Fish and bugs, plants, animals, and designs, all inspired by patterns Cleland sees in nature.
What is it about insects that interests you?
Oh, they're so varied in form. They're ready-made sculptural pieces. I guess they're complexities. The insects, because they have legs, they've got mandibles, they've got antennae, they've got ovipositors, they've got so many different parts, things, and doohickeys that you can put in. It's like a ready-made abstraction. They don't look like anything that you normally have contact with on the Earth. They look like something that fell from an alien planet.
As interesting as the pieces he produces is the creative process that drives him. As a student, he studied the biosciences and geology, planning to become a paleontologist. But after 8 years of college, he dropped out, opened a rock store, then began creating jewelry.
Where do you get your ideas?
I can't stop them. They're buzzing my head. They bounce around. They flow. I can't concentrate on any particular one thing. That's why you see so many elements pulled together into my jewelry. But I can sit down and work at my bench till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and not even realize I've worked that long, because I'm so fixated on doing a piece that may be very, very complicated, but I can't stop. That's why you probably notice there's blankets back there. Sometimes I'll collapse on the floor and I'll get up and be hammering on metal in the morning.
Cleland pushes his work past the point other jewelry makers might consider themselves finished, making his jewelry do things that others don't.
I like motion in a lot of my pieces. I like to have things that move and things that do things that spin, or arms move, or wings flap. Motion is very difficult to achieve in jewelry, but I just like the effect that it has.
Cleland's jewelry is clearly his life's work, but at times he sees it as even more than that.
Well, yeah, I think it's genetic. I'm half Irish, half Scottish, and they're both Celtic, and they were warrior artisans. They did incredible arts that I really can't even hope to duplicate some of the things they did in ancient times. But that's the feeling I get, this continuity, like I've done this before. I've had many dreams of having lived other lives in which I made armor for other warriors, but I was also one myself. Often I use reference books like this, Peterson's Field Guide to the Insects. I can do a diagram off of this, and you can see the placement of the legs. Unfortunately, you can't turn these pictures over, so it often helps to have a living form, like this cicada, and I can be a little more accurate on what I'm doing.
Cleland's curiosity takes him to the interior of stones, where his imagination reveals vivid pictures of fantastic worlds.
This is a couple of collections of picture petrified wood, and when we'd cut, we'd sometimes get these amazing images, like a forest fire or a desert scene, or tall pine trees or jungle scenes, This one looks like the burning of Vicksburg with the smoke in the background and the gunboats in the rivers. Nobody painted that there but God.
Jim Cleland lives in a place where art and nature are inseparable, where with imagination and curiosity as his guides, he is able to create shapes as beautiful and as strange as nature itself.